fifth and final night of competition here in Brisbane for the AusCycling Track National Championships was an absolute cracker. There was so many good performances out on the track, Kate Bates.
I think we've said that about every night because every night of racing has been such high quality. To start tonight, we had the Elite Women's Points Race final. A huge amount of riders from South Australia. They were dominant, but it still came down to the wire.
4 South Australians now right out in front, being led by Chloe Moran. Chloe, she's smart enough to know that she can't be beaten from here. She's going to lead out this final sprint, and she's going to take Ali Anderson with her. Here comes Alex Martin-Wallace, though, the Queenslander. She wants to get up on the podium higher. She wants the silver medal. And Martin-Wallace, where has she been all night? She took a lap, but we haven't seen much of her, but she's there when it counts. 10 points across the line for the final sprint. She did have something left to give, and it was to win the final sprint. Great comeback from Alex Martin-Wallace. Chloe Moran, she wins the gold, but Martin-Wallace, it's going to be very tight. She should come away with the silver medal. Great. Chloe Moran certainly does have her sights set on Birmingham for the Commonwealth Games later this year.
Well, 2 in a row from her. Splendid racing. But next up was the next generation because, Scott, the junior under-19 women were out on track. It was the wrap-up of the Omnium that we saw. And once again, all the way to the final sprint.
Around these outside, she's been super strong in these sprints, but this time Carnes has been strong. She holds on from the bottom of the track to get the 5.
Well, most importantly from that is that Sophie Meares got points ahead of Meg Marker, which means coming into this final sprint, she cannot be beaten. That is what Sophie Meares needed to do, and she suffered there. She has looked so smooth, but she suffered.
Stewart in the slipstream now, 1 lap to go. Of the riders chasing the silver and bronze medals, whoever finishes in front of the other riders will come away with the top medal. Stewart up around the outside. Meares, the overall leader on the inside, trying to fight back, but if Stewart can get to the line first, she'll get the silver medal. Lucy Stewart's trying to hold on. She does get there. It's silver to Lucy Stewart. Great final sprint from her. Sophie Meares will win the gold medal, and Izzy Carnes come over the top as well. Sophie just seemed to get stronger and stronger in every race she did this week. So great performance.
Yeah, a bit of a legend, isn't she? Sophie Meares, fantastic riding this week. We also had the junior men out on track. And Scott, they did my favourite move. I won't give it away, but it was a cracking race.
Zimmerman from South Australia underneath. So as they've all swung up the track, it's now 5 laps to go, and Zimmerman looking dangerous. He closed down an attack earlier and looked very strong indeed. You can hold on from this far. It's not that long to go. He's coming around to get 1 kilometre, 4 laps of the track. What's the peloton doing? They're looking at each other. Zimmerman with a big advantage over Cameron Rogers leading the peloton. Down the back straight, the gap is still big. Zimmerman might hold on for this. They're coming at him though. Tompkinson, the Queenslander, he's already won a couple of gold medals, but he's not going to win the gold here because it's going down to South Australia. Leo Zimmerman holds on. What a fantastically timed attack, and the power to finish it off and get gold.
Magnifico. That was so well done. That
was exciting, wasn't it?
I said it. That's my favourite scratch race move. Thank you, Leo Zimmerman, for entertaining us.
Zimmerman. What a fantastic way to win a national title.
You've been waiting all night for that, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Well, the championships wrapped up with one of the most nail-biting races I have ever seen. Scott, it was the Elite Men's Omnium. Finally, it finished on the points race. Take a look.
Good movement, opportunity, and Yoletto goes over the top as well. 61 laps to go, and Tresize down the back straight. He has a big gap. Can Yoletto close it down? It doesn't look as if he's gaining anything. So Declan, Queensland, another Queenslander in the mix. He'll pick up the 5 points, and Yoletto, he'll get 3.
So this is where Josh Duffy, it was a case of swing up, swing down, overlap. That was not Josh Duffy's fault, but that would have hurt. He's gone down quite hard.
The penultimate sprint, 11 laps to go, and Queensland are organised, as is Graham Frisley, because he's muscled himself right over the top of James Moriarty, and Frisley sits in second position. Walsh is going to lead them around the final bend. Frisley and Agnoletto comes over the top as well. Walsh picks it up, and Yoletto with 3 points for second. That's really important because he sits in fourth place, 4 points behind his teammate Henry Dietz. There's a real fight between the Queenslanders for the bronze medal. And if Moriarty, he can't do anything in this last sprint, well, they might snatch his silver as well.
Oof. This is game on between the Victorians and the Queenslanders.
Agnoletto, that's leading Henry Dietz as they go down the back straight, and we know that out in front, Declan Trezise is going to pick up the 10 points for the final sprint. What's going to happen back here, though, because we have Agnoletto doing a big lead out for Henry Dietz. Moriarty's there. Walsh trying to come over the outside now. Walsh is on 102 points in fifth place. He might do something to get himself into the medals now. Walsh comes through to finish second. Agnoletto just holds on for third. 6 points to Walsh, 4 points to Agnoletto, 2 points will go to Henry Dietz. Well, Frizzley holds on to the win, 122 points. Gold medal going to last year's scratch race national champion. So good ride from Graham Frizzley. So many things happened in that final event for the elite men's Omnium. And a shout out to Josh Duffy, because no one likes to see a guy go out of contention for an incident like that, a little crash.
No, absolutely. But Scott, ahead of the Commonwealth Games this year, it has been an incredible 5 days of racing, from Plouffe to Moran to the juniors with Sophie Ma and Scott Connolly, his Australian record. And of course, the sprinters were on fire too.
Yeah, Christina Clonan, she's one that's going to be looking for some medals at the Commonwealth Games. Fantastic this week on her home track. So that's it for the National Championships here in Brisbane for 2022. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage, and we look forward to next year's racing.